Yuan has gained 8% against the US dollars in the last 12 months. While many are focusing on the oil prices, China yuan has gained much ground without many noticing. 8% gain may not seem too significant, but for currency, it is a great deal for businesses and consumer. As of now, from 1 year ago, consumer from importing countries will have to pay 8% more of what they used to buy. And let's take a look at the Yuan tutorial over the last few years that we have covered. And how did the price get here from the tutorial on the evolution on China Yuan that was in 2023 to what we saw that was coming in our last year tutorial titled China Yuan on the Rise, and where we discuss about this inverted hammer. And that is the beginning of this turn, the 8% gain. And let's take a look at what we discussed back then. This drop here, as we can see, that was an 8% gain. And how about its future direction in the near and longer term? This analysis is based on technical studies and does not constitute financial advice. Please consult your licensed broker before investing. And let's take a look at the evolution of the China yuan. And there are few stages, and today I think I would like to cover on the stage 6 as well. And as this analysis was covered in 2023, so for stage 1 is the early stage, or called the isolation stage, from 1948 to 1970. And that's where the renminbi was introduced in 1948 to unify the regional currency during the founding of the People's Republic of China. And during this period, the currency was strictly controlled and not traded internationally. And that goes to stage 2, where I would term it as a dual exchange rate and initial opening, and that was from the 1980s to 1994. And under Deng Xiaoping's reform, China used a dual track system, an official rate for government planning and a separate market driven swap rate for trades. And in 1994, these rates were unified, marking the start of a more market oriented era. And for stage 3, and we could see that it was pretty restricted here, almost like a straight line. And that's why I term it as the US dollar peg. And that was in 1995 to 2005, where China pegged the yuan to the US dollars at approximately 8.28 to provide stability and boost exports. While successful for trades, this period led to international tension over undervaluation. And that's roll over to stage 4 right now, which I term it as a gradual appreciation and reform. In July 2005, China unpacked the yuan, moving to a managed floating system based on a basket of currency. And then the yuan appreciated by 20% against the US dollars during this whole decades. And that comes to stage 5, and that's the internationalization of the IMF inclusion. That was between 2015 to current. So the IMF added the yuan to its special drawing rights, or you can call it as an SDR basket in 2016, officially recognizing it as a global reserve currency. And China began a widespread trials of digital yuan and expand its use in global trade, especially with BRICS nation. So this tutorial was covered in 2023. We stop at stage 5, and I believe that yuan could be moving into its stage 6. It is the yuan digitalization. On January 1st, 2026, the PBOC officially transitioned the digital yuan, or called the ECNY, from a digital cash to digital deposit money, allowing it to earn interest and integrate into a global banking system. This is also making yuan another step more transparent and efficient in its price discovery and transaction among international businesses. And so, where is the direction of yuan heading to? Technically, I believe that it should continue to trade along this parallel band. And what we're seeing here is the quarterly chart. We can see it stretching all the way back to the 80s. And if it breaks below this crucial support which I've identified, this also means that the yuan likely to continue to strengthen further against the US dollars. And for that, it should also come with a value proposition on its fundamental development. So to me, the key to a currency value or appreciation is creating value in itself. And let's take a look at this news by Xinhua that was published on the 16th of April. And one of the most important numbers for China is in its exports number, and especially the high end or high tech export numbers in this age of AI era. It is not just 1 to 2 or 1 to 3% for most developed countries, or even 5%. And the first quarter of 2026, I quoted, it says that value add output for high tech manufacturing surged 12.5% during the first quarter. And if this growth continue, it may even break below this crucial support at around 6.5. But for the time being, yuan is likely to continue to trend along this technical band. And let's take a look at what I'm seeing here. So this is the weekly chart. And as usual, I would like to draw this significant peak here and connecting as close as possible, all the connecting dots here as we could see. And what I like to do here is to clone this and find a relationship as close as possible. You could see how in line that just based on the top side, on the bottom, on the trough, this is what I believe that for the time being, these are some trading opportunity here. I would prefer to sell on into strength, but believing that it may likely to track along this band until about 6.5, and that became a crucial point that we have discussed earlier, which is around here 6.5. But these are the weekly chart, which is also offer some great trading midterm trading opportunity here for investors and traders outside of China to participate and to trade in the dollar yuan. The currency that is available to us is the offshore Chinese renminbi. So whether it is the dollar yuan or the dollar offshore yuan, they move in tandem. If you find what I just shared is useful, please save it and share it to yourself or your friends. My name is Kon Hao. I enjoy studying how different markets currency currently behave to uncover emerging trends, the potential trending markets of tomorrow. Feel free to leave any comments below. I love to exchange ideas with you on what is about to come. Really happy that I stayed through this tutorial. You have many great trading weeks ahead.